That small, simple mind trick is just gonna change your life and you're just gonna see a transformation. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you are struggling with anxiety, this mind trick will completely change your life. And why do I say that? I was a very extremely anxious person. I'm not as so much today, but I would worry so much. I would stress about nothing, and I would wake up with my heartbeat just pounding so hard and the day hasn't even started. What I'm gonna share with you today, I also implement that in my life, and I have been doing this now for close to 2 years. Today, I wake up so refreshed. Wouldn't you want that? Looking forward to the day. You know, I started a YouTube channel a year ago. I started taking that serious and it's been growing. I grew to 2,000 subscribers. I know that I specialize a lot with when it comes to the mind and how to be able to calm yourself down and go about your day very calmly, very in peace. Why I became such an anxious person. I would allow outside circumstances really determine my anxiety. I wasn't really in control of my own thoughts, of my own mind, of my own heart, of my own emotions. I also knew what caused that. As much as I loved the friends that I was hanging out with during those times, the things that they were saying, I really took it to heart. They would say mean things about themselves. Me being such a sponge, it really brought me down because I didn't want to get numb and just accept for the fact that I was saying these things or I was hearing these things, not encouraging ourselves or one another. It was more like victim, 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 victim. I'm this, I'm that. Switch that victim mindset to an encourageable mindset. So obviously, yes, encourage one another, but also encourage you. Feed your soul. You know, I'm very thankful to say that I don't take any medications. We are capable of being in control of our minds, but don't get me wrong, I'm still a human being. So my anxiety got to a point where it was a severe depression. I didn't know what to do, that I just came across a video that has changed my whole life, and I want to just share that with you today. What was planted in me, pretty much this multimillionaire said.
This is a really common question that I get asked, and that question is, how in the world did you go from that suicidal place to making that $250,000 your first year, making that $1 million your second year, and then continuing on, right? How did your brain flip and go in the other direction? It's things like this. What I chose to believe and what I had to protect my mind from, and what I chose to put in it, right? And so this whole concept of note to self, I want to hear, just throw up your hand and just give me one thing that was on your note to self. Mine's kind of long. My note to self is pretty long because again, you have to handle your own objections. You do. You got to handle your own objections. You got to stop for a minute and go, man, what am I thinking about? You know, these thoughts that just keep running through and I keep playing these tapes. How do you overcome? You overcome by giving a different testimony than the one you're feeding. So let's take 2 minutes and I want you to just put up your hand. I'll call on you and you give me one thing that's on your note to self. Go. I'm a good person. How about you're a good person? Right? You're a good person. Okay? Isn't that amazing? Because you beat yourself up with you're not a good person. Okay, so say that again.
Just because I can doesn't mean I should, because my time is valuable.
Yeah, so I would just say your time is valuable. Your time is valuable, and you're right. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's wisdom.
She knew how to bait the hook at that moment because I needed to hear that specific message. And she said, hey, I became a multimillionaire by simply saying these things to myself, by simply encouraging myself. Yeah, she got out of those situations and also became a millionaire. But the video is not about you becoming a millionaire or a multimillionaire, or maybe it could. You know, it really depends on what you write the stuff down to encourage yourself with. Even just a simple saying, you're beautiful, you are capable, you are strong. Just those things to get me out of this mental rut, just this mental blindness that I was in. This mind trick to encourage yourself really hits home. It's a daily practice. You're not just gonna encourage yourself today and say the things that you want to hear. You want to say things to encourage yourself that your soul needs to hear, not what you want to hear, what your soul needs at that very moment. So if you're just really at the bottom barrel and you have no way out, simply say, you can do this. You are strong. So what I did in my iPhone, I just started typing out things that my soul needed to hear at the time. And it was very short because I was really, really low down there. And obviously over time it became bigger, but it was really even hard for me to say the words. I couldn't even get them out. Just thinking about it, it just gives me goosebumps because it was really, really bad, but it helped. Fast forward 2 years, I am myself again. It's a daily process. Grew to 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy, but I wasn't thinking about to do that 2 years ago. I wasn't thinking about, yes, I'm gonna become wealthy on YouTube. I didn't even know what it was just really bad. People would see me that I am aligned with my purpose, yes, because I just simply started reading. I needed to be encouraged. And I wasn't gonna expect for my loved ones to encourage me. I have to step up and do that for myself. It works. Just like you encouraging someone else and it works for them, it also works for you. You wanna go from staying numb and be at where you're at to growing, to flourishing. What is that for you? Write it down, however you wanna do it. At the time, I just did it in my notes. Till this day, I have it saved, and I'll show you the couple things that I wrote this down to myself. I just started somewhere. I don't know if you can see all of that. This list is so long, like it takes me 10 minutes to say this. It wasn't long before, probably like this much when I first started, but it was something that helped me to get up again. And I started saying it to myself every day, and then this list got bigger and bigger and bigger because my eyes were finally opening. My mind was finally opening. My heart was beginning to heal. Things just started changing, and my whole life has just been revolutionized, all because I started speaking encouragement over my life, over my soul, what it needed to hear. There's like prayers in here for myself. Like you just write down what it is that you need your soul to be encouraged by. And obviously I did write down the stuff that I wanted as well. But at the time I didn't know what I want because again, it was just a lot of blind spots that I had. Every morning, what is it that your soul needs to hear? If you're going through anxiety, say your name and say, you are calm, you are in peace, you are healthy, you are prosperous, you are beautiful, you are capable, you are strong, you are bold. That small, simple mind trick is just gonna change your life, and you're just gonna see a transformation. I mean, there's times obviously that I'm like, but I don't stay there. Okay, speak life. Even in 30 days, who knows? You're gonna email me and say, Natalie, this has completely revolutionized my life. You are such a warrior, you are powerful, you are capable of anything, my friend. Subscribe, comment below your takeaways. Also share it with your friends. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, friend. Bye.